To him and maybe to understand why this occurred.
Jackie, having lived with us for 21 years, what would you say to anybody who, they're not sure it's somebody, but they've just got their faintest suspicion? They think, well, I can't ring on the faintest of suspicions.
I would ask them to just find it in their hearts to phone, whether they got a slight suspicion or not. Maybe then we can put behind us, well, we won't put behind us because we never will, but at least we might get to know the reasons why and get to know with satisfaction that he's behind bars and he's not going to be in a position to do this again.
Well, you can talk openly if you call us here, or if you prefer, you can talk in confidence to any of the detectives, and there are BBC staff here too, gathered here in the studio, or you can call the local incident room on 011 59 672 954. As we've been saying, he's almost certainly reoffended over the past 20 years. Please, let's catch him now.
Still to come, the armed robbers who were sprung from custody.
The UK's most wanted art thief.
I was after John Speed's map volume from 1627.
We'll look back on 20 years of Crimewatch.
And we'll be turning the spotlight on the Crimewatch actors who went on to become superstars.
Hi, it's me. Can you pick me up? I'll see you at the school.
First, someone newspapers have called the most wanted man in Britain. His name is James Francis Hurley. He comes from Luton. He escaped from prison 10 years ago. He's been on the run ever since.
Targets have left the premises and are now on the move. They're approaching target vehicle.
April 1988, a gang in Hemel Hempstead was under surveillance by the National Crime Squad. Intelligence suggested the men had firearms, so a tracking device was planted in their car. But in 1988, the tracking technology was relatively crude.
All units, we've lost the target vehicle and tracker. Anyone got eyeball?
The gang got away, and even worse, were planning to do a robbery.
Right, the van's there. You keep the engine running. When we get back, you get ready. You're bloody forward. Okay. You ready?
Go, go,
right.
go, go, go. Go, go, go.
Get out! Hey, come on! Come on, boy! Move! Give it out! Get in! Come on! Get out, my head!
Frank Mason was an off-duty police officer.
Right, you nicked me!
Mike Zulu 1-1.
Go ahead.
Robbery in progress at Barclays Bank, Bank Court. A firearm has been discharged. Zulu Tango have been notified.
Frank was 27 and died on his way to hospital.
I was quite devastated when they told me. I just had to get out to Hemel Hempstead and find out just what was happening and so on. They told me he was killed, but I just felt I had to be there. I'm not a bit surprised that he went in and to make an arrest.
No!
Minutes later, the surveillance team heard about the robbery and assumed it was their suspects who were responsible. With a tactical firearms squad, they raced towards the gang's hideout.
On place! Show me your hand!
Just stay calm.
Driver, get out of the car! Now! Keep your hands out where I can see them and walk towards me. Stop! Get down onto your knees. Arms out. Get down onto your stomach. Arms out to your sides. Palms facing up. Cross your legs. Passenger, get out of the vehicle!
Two members of the gang were arrested in a car, and the third, James Hurley, was apprehended shortly afterwards as he left the hideout.
Show me your hands. Lay down on your fronts. Arms out to the side.
Money and firearms were recovered, and in 1989, the man who'd murdered Frank Mason was sentenced to life, with a recommendation he serve a minimum of 25 years. Two others, including Hurley, got 25 years between them. Then, 5 years into his sentence, Hurley was transferred from Whitemoor Prison to Wandsworth to be closer to his family. In those days, they sometimes used an ordinary coach, and a fellow prisoner had managed to smuggle a knife on board.
Gone through the cuffs.
Stop the bus! I'm getting off!
After a struggle, the other prisoner was overpowered, but Hurley grabbed the knife and escaped. He's been on the run ever since.
James Hurley escaped 10 years ago. There's no doubt that today he looks considerably different to what he did then. We've consulted an expert with a photograph that we had from 10 years ago, and it's been aged, and he could possibly look like some of these images.
Well, this is DI Paul McGee. Paul, this was 10 years ago.
Yes.
James Francis Hurley went on the run. How can viewers help tonight?
Well, we've had lots of information about people who have seen somebody that looks very much like James Hurley, but what I'm after tonight is somebody that can give me a call and tell me where he is today, what name he's using, if he's married, if he's got children, and where we can find him so that he can be brought back to justice.
Let's just go through these images of how he might have aged now, because that was him then.
Yeah, that's 10 years ago.
And you think he may look obviously significantly different now?
Yes, I mean, he has aged. This has been a computer-generated picture, but what I want to stress is that he may actually have less hair than that, and he may well be bald, and he may well have, you know, flecks of grey in his hair.
And also, you've got information that he may in fact be wearing a baseball cap as well. Yeah, he's quite keen on doing.
We've got information that he may well have been seen in the southern area of Spain, and that he does sport a baseball cap on occasions.
Talking of information, you've had new information in, haven't you, in this last week? What can you tell us?
Well, we've got some very exciting information that I've actually got officers working on as we speak. It's very exciting for us because it's taking us in the right direction, but unfortunately it's not information that I can talk about at the moment, but hopefully it will come to something.
Well, nonetheless, you still want viewers' help tonight. I mean, the key thing is, where is he now?
Absolutely. Somebody knows where he is. Somebody is looking after him. Maybe not the people he's friends with now, but somebody knows what name he's using and where he is.
We should just say that the pictures we were saying of how he's aged, they are on our website, on bbc.co.uk/crime. So if people, I don't know, if they're going to Spain, for example, you say he's been seen in Spain, they could look at those pictures and see if they spot him there.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got other information. You know, he could equally be in Southern Ireland, but he could equally be right under our noses. He's got friends and family in Luton in Bedfordshire. We've got to bear in mind that that's exactly where he could be.
OK, well, there's a reward, you should know, of at least £30,000, and Secura Court will add to that on arrest, so it's a pretty significant amount of money. Ports and airports are on the alert for James Hurley and our other most wanted criminals. If you can help, remember, it's free to call us on 0500 600 600, or you can phone the incident room on 020 7233 4128. Now here's a newcomer to the programme, DC Rav Wilding. Rav, welcome to Crimewatch.
Thanks, Fiona. It's great to be here. Right, I've got armed robbery and deception for you this month. All of it caught on camera. But can you tell us who's involved?
First, to a post office in Cambridge. Two men, armed with crowbars and baseball bats, threatened staff and customers and then raid the till. They escaped with over £20,000 and a stash of lottery scratch cards. Although their faces aren't clear on the CCTV, detectives would like to speak to this man in connection with the offence. He's seen here 5 days later, cashing in on one of the stolen scratch cards at a shop in Suffolk. Who is he? Next, to Buckinghamshire and Oxfordshire and multiple deceptions. This man is at a branch of Lloyd's TSB in Aylesbury using a fraudulent driving licence to try and obtain cash. A year earlier, he was spotted at a branch of the NatWest in Abingdon using the same method. Detectives believe he has successfully carried out another 6 deceptions like these. Do you recognise him? Hereford now, and another deception. A man is seen at a branch of the Royal Bank of Scotland using a stolen bank card to withdraw cash. Can you name him? Finally, armed robbery and off-licence in Surrey. A man walks up to the counter of Wine Rack in Kingswood to buy some chewing gum. As the till is opened, he pulls out a large knife, threatens the shopkeeper and reaches over to grab cash. He also demands a second till is open and makes his escape. Do you know who he is?